64 teams, 32 games. Each round basically everybody gets cut in half. Right? You lose, you're done. Basically it's like the old NCAA basketball tournament. First off, what's the rule? So what's the rule of the number of games in the nth round? So how many teams, or how do we find the number of games? In the first round, how many games are there? 32. Okay, everything gets cut in half because it's to the nth power, but we have 64 total people, right, or total teams. So there's my rule. So what is the value of n? What does it do? Like, how far can it go? Is there a stopping point? Or will it just keep cutting teams in half? It'll cut teams in half until it does what? Like, will they get to one team and then will they split that team in half? And then whenever they split that team in half, and then basically they'll start quartering people up? Okay? No. Once you get down to one team, okay, then it's got to stop. So how many teams? Well, you just basically take, or how many games, excuse me. So the sum is going to go from 1. Basically, you got to see when is it going to hit. When is it going to hit 1? How many games until, if I plug in for n, we know that we can play 1 game. How many games until we start having to, until we get it down to 1 game? Or what power? Like 1 over 2 to the nth power. Doesn't it need to be 1 over 64? Because what's 64 times 1/64? 1. Right? Makes sense? You need it to basically cancel out to where it's 1. You have 64 teams. You want it to get down to 1 team. So what's 2 to what power is 64? You want to take a stab at it? 6. That means it goes to 6. You're going to take your rule. How many first games? So you're just going to go with your rule. So 32. 32 games to start. 1 minus 1/2 to the 6th power over 1 minus 1/2. And plug in and go from there. So 32 times 63 over 32. How many games are you going to play? 63 games.